Hi, we're going to begin now discussing step 1. This is straight from the big book of AA, and I will make a statement that is unbelievable right now. It's shocking, but it's true. And this is the statement. You will never hear any rehab, ever, anywhere, actually describe what we're about to say. And it's very clear. They will not tell you what the symptoms of being an addict or an alcoholic really are, because it will conflict with everything they are, because they're not honest that they really cannot resolve the problem we're about to talk about. This is the 4 key symptoms of being an addict from the big book, the 12 steps. Number 1, it says on page 24 in italics, the fact is that most alcoholics, for reasons yet obscure, have lost the power of choice in drink. Our so-called willpower becomes practically non-existent. We are unable at certain times to bring into our consciousness with sufficient force the memory of the suffering and humiliation even a week or a month ago. We were without defense against the first drink. You see, they're discussing powerlessness is before the first drink. The alcoholic addict has lost the ability to not pick up the first drink or drug. He cannot say, I will not take the first. That's part of the insanity. This is symptom number 1 is as follows. As it says here, at certain times, he cannot bring into the consciousness with enough force, sufficient force, of how bad it was in the past. So what happens is symptom number 1. His mind is blocked from the pain he suffered the last time. Like if someone puts their hand on a hot stove, they get burnt. We learn, I can't put my hand on a hot stove, I will get burnt. That normal thinking is removed from the mind of the addict. He cannot recall the suffering he experienced the last times he used. In order to bring to his current consciousness, I cannot do this drug or drink right now. Look what just happened to me. Look at the overdoses I had. Look at the promises I made to myself, the pain I suffered. That is not that he forgets it because he's irresponsible, he doesn't care. He does care. He may care a lot about himself. But the addiction blocks his capacity to recall the suffering of the past. That's an insane process in the mind. It takes over the mind and blocks normal recall. I guess I can put my hand on the hot stove. It's not going to burn me because I'm going to put my hand this way as I go on it, right? Absolute insanity. There is no normal judgment that can recall suffering to prevent use right now. And that is unpredictable when that happens. It just comes in unpredictably. Second symptom that the book is talking about is thinking ahead also. The addict will not be able to think of the consequences that are going to happen now in the future, right? If I use this drug now, I'm not going to make my sister's wedding later today. If I use this drug now, I may not get the job that I'm supposed to go for shortly, right? The consequences of what he's going to do are blocked out also. He uses as though it's as harmless as a soda. He drinks like I'm drinking a soda. He uses a drug that the pill is absolutely harmless. I will only use one drug. One pill is all I'm going to take right now. He never took one pill. But the insanity will block the consequences of taking this pill right now, and he will believe. You might actually say this is another symptom, but he will believe a lie. Not that he's lying to himself. The addiction takes over his mind and puts this delusional belief that I can handle one pill. I can handle one rock of crack cocaine. I can take one shot of dope. And he believes it absolutely, where hundreds of times would prove otherwise. But this time will be different. That's delusional insanity, right? That's something the addiction takes over the mind. Let's end it there. We'll have to split it.
And that
Maybe